This is a mortuary. Pretty creepy place, isn't it? For those unfamiliar, it's the place where they store all the dead, or corpses, before their funeral service. And in the unfortunate case where there is no service to be had, it's the place right before they dispose of the body. And that brazen bastard, in the middle, is me, toe-tagged up, while I'm prepped for my date with the creepy, crawly thing 6 feet under. That guy over there, moving about, that's the mortician, a decent man from what I've seen. He's the one getting me prepped, and doing a fine job at that, like the ones who worked on me. They really tried. Probably more than others in my personal life would have hoped. But when your timer's up, it's up. And that's simply that. Wow, it's cold in here. Just kidding. I don't feel anything. At least not anymore. Some would argue I didn't feel in life either. Though if I were partial to what people thought, I wouldn't have gotten as far as I did. Ah, pleasant scenery and fun moments where I was brought up, during an era we affectionately called simpler days. Mom making her famous potato salad. Me and Sis and our hijinks. Tying it all together, of course, our dynamic dad. It was all pretty much your ideal childhood until Dad died. And that wondrous family spirit he formed within us, unfortunately, died out with him as well. The fond memories faded out. Things got tough for Mom, and we struggled to make ends meet. So I then did anything and everything I could to make sure we'd make it. My earning activities weren't always accepted in the eyes of civilized society, but it was necessary to ensure my family would be kept afloat. And failure, for me, wasn't an option. And even with some close calls, where my life could have taken a tragic turn, I did what I do best: persevere. With high school graduation on the horizon, and us being better financially, I realized I had reached an end to those more illicit activities as they served their purpose. And now, I was ready to move on. And move on, I did. Where I gained a full scholarship to one of those fancy universities. As I maintained a stellar academic record throughout my schooling. Though with my innate need to constantly challenge myself, I decided to then enroll in the ROTC. It was there that I was a commissioned Army officer in the Intelligence Division. After I graduated with distinct honors from my university, and then became a commissioned officer. In fulfilling my military service, I opted to be out in the field instead of an office. I wanted to feel that rush. I've always been a big believer that if you don't, at times, put it all on the line, then you're missing out on the real rush of being a human. And as such, you'll never see that true potential of yours. From there, I entered the corporate world. Working in finance, it was my desire to obtain as much as possible in the material world that drove me to this profession, as it catered to an abundance of what I loved more. More power. More connections. More cars. More houses. More women. Any which way I wanted it, and being it heavily rewarded, calculated, and at times impulsive risk from strong instincts, a specialty of mine, I couldn't resist. It was no surprise. I thrived at it. Never one to obviously be sedentary, I quickly branched out on my own, becoming what I always despised, but knew was a necessary evil in order to continue to lay the building blocks for my empire. I incorporated and became a businessman, establishing Withersten Financial. I managed to justify becoming a dreaded suit through my own spin of ruling like a rock star. No stuffiness, boardrooms, heaps of paperwork, contracts in its place, handshake deals, comfortable settings, and complete trust from our investors, as we held them all in the highest regard. I was riding high and things couldn't have gotten any better. unexpected happened. The economic crash. Normally, I would have safeguarded my firm's holdings with lower risk, high reward gains. However, I decided on high risk, super rewards, because I had gotten too confident, too full of myself, too immersed in my own ego to prepare for the fall. Signs that the markets would soon crumble were obvious to any second-rate strategist, except for me, though I was supposed to be the best. Till I wasn't, too blinded by the material things I allowed to consume me, and as a result, rightfully so, I plummeted. Devastating to me at the time, it would go on to teach me, never think good things last forever. And with that mentality, always be prepared for your own downfall. Oh, does that ever serve me now? Though, then I was a novice, a newbie to this experience. I had lost everything, my money, and all the things it allotted me, which was access. So no more expensive dinners. Fancy homes or designer clothes, luxury cars, first-class flights. The women faded out. The supposed friends subtly scattered. And those invaluable connections disconnected. As awful as it all was, everything honestly paled in comparison to my clients, people who had entrusted me with their own personal gain. And because I was under the influence of illusionary happiness. I failed them. I pondered what to do with my life from there. I couldn't just start up a new financial firm, as my name was tainted. I couldn't secure a loan to save my life because my credit had been shot. I gave the last bit of my 20s, all my 30s, and approaching late 40s to a career that could care less if I sank or swam. I was down, but I knew never defeated, never done, because if there was one thing I could always figure out, it was an alternate way to achieve, another way to rise, and rise I needed to do. I was just so blocked in my own head from everything that had happened to see that other way. So my nights were spent, similar to my days, trying to wash the pain away with temporary relievers, which in turn only caused more pain, making me go back to those relievers. On and on this destructive cycle went, not actually thinking I could hit below rock bottom until I did. myself fully and was truly crashed out, that's when it all clicked. A new way back to the top, but even grander than before.